Hey guys, Greg Phillips here, alum, teacher, Chillicothe High School, 43 years. My whole life I've lived here at Chillicothe, Ohio, and much like Mr. Von Kennel, I've just, you know, feel that Chillicothe is very fairly misrepresented. We are a community that is close. We have amazing school system. We have amazing people. All over the place that do great work. It just, something was missing. We really couldn't put our finger on it. We really struggled even as educators. We really didn't know what we were looking at with this opiate crisis, heroin epidemic. And of course, Southern Ohio has kind of been ground zero for that issue. And when Mr. Von Kennel really presented and talked to our superintendent and John Saxton and got the Hernstein Auto Group, Bart Hernstein involved, started going organic. It really just became something that, they realized there was something special happening, call it Keys to Success. Could you actually get students to voluntarily be drug tested? It's one thing to have, mandatory athlete drug testing. It's one thing to put some carrots out there and say, hey, would you want to be drug tested? You can get a buy one get one at Chipotle, maybe a discount at Wendy's. And I think the big rub was all we're going to do is just recruit kids that already aren't doing drugs, and they're just going to benefit from something that they're not messed up in as is. And I think very quickly we realized that we had tapped into something amazing, that something incredible was occurring here at Chillicothe High School that really we haven't seen too many other places clear across the country. Matter of fact, mark my words, at some point this will become national. This will become something that just gets loose from us in a good way and explodes because it's dealing with a crisis by putting real tools in the hands of real students who are dealing with a real drug epidemic. Whether they're actively involved in addiction, they're all aware, they're all touched by it, they're all dealing with family members, friends. They're watching this community suffer from an opiate epidemic that really is at a crisis level here in Southern Ohio, and especially Chillicothe. And what we've seen at the high school is kids using Keys to Success to hold themselves accountable because their own parents aren't holding them accountable. They're in no shape. Some of their families and their family ties. Some of these kids are orphans. Some of these kids have lost their parents because of the opiate addiction, and parents are no longer able to raise these kids. These kids have no voice. And Keys to Success has given these students and this district and this city a voice, a tool to fight back with hope. Hope wins every time. Hope overcomes fear. And so instead of seeing a school that is kind of cowering in fear, and a community that doesn't know what's happening or where we're going, all of a sudden this program kind of encapsulates the entire epidemic in one area. And you can't put a price tag on that. You can't throw any words really to represent that. It's not even touching one kid. It's touching literally dozens and dozens of students who use this program because they know that it gives them an out. That's what we've missed for so long. When a kid goes to a party, when a kid is presented with something, teenagers are all about image. Teenagers, and we all were, no matter what age you are right now, when you were a teenager and you were going to parties, when you were out and about, it becomes difficult to not look like a chump in front of other people. But when you have an out, when you can throw somebody else under the bus, you can save face. And so listen, I'm at a party and somebody offers me something, I'm with friends or even family. Listen, man, I signed up for this Keys to Success, this drug program. I could win a free car at the end. I could get gift cards, something. So no thank you. They get to save face. It's not on them being a chump, being a loser. They get to say, listen, I signed up for this thing because I could get a big prize. I could get something out of it. I know you understand. No, thank you. But it teaches them how to say no for the first time in their life. They start taking control of their own lives and their own decisions and their own bodies and what they're choosing to put in it or not put in it. And that education and that price tag has no price. This shouldn't be expanded or continue. This has to expand. This has to continue. 20 years walking the halls of this high school, of this district, working with young people. I've personally done funeral services for former students of mine because of opiates. Okay? It's real. And so I love this. This gives so much authority and power back to the people, not the political machine, not the establishment. It gives it back to the hands of the people. And these young people have responded incredibly. And so thank you, Mr. Von Kennel, for your vision. Thank you, Mr. Saxton, Mr. Hernstein. But